Welcome to my apiary. It's Saturday, July 9th, 2022. The sound out here is incredible. It almost sounds swarmy, but I don't think it is. You can see stacks of boxes here. There's stacks of boxes and there's stacks here and you know, there's two skids of boxes here, another one here. I'm gonna super this yard. I don't know if I'll get it all supered today. It's not that critical yet, but it should be done in the next couple of days. I also got a couple skids of boxes ready on the trailer, ready to go to the out yard. Super that one. Honey flow is on, so we need to keep up with them. I'm still really tired and I wanted to get some sleep today, but I couldn't. I had to bring these nukes out, and I've pretty much been going since. I've taken a couple of breaks, but pretty much been going since. I'm pretty tired. So let's get into some of this and hopefully it's interesting. As mentioned, honey flow is here. This yard is always the haphazard yard. There's different colonies, different stages, all kinds of different stuff going on here. So I just have to kind of check pretty well every one of them to see what's going on. And these are doubles, so there's no queen excluders yet. And I don't really know. So they generally have a plan, or a method. So just slabs of brood here. Beautiful, beautiful slabs of brood. Holy smokes. Lots of little cups here too. Okay, but the key here, when I'm looking at this, you see that white wax on the top? That's honey flow wax. That means it's coming. So I can do a couple different things here. Normally, in a normal year, I would shake this down. I would get all the bees into the bottom box. Specifically, I'd get the queen in the bottom box. And then I'd put my queen excluder. I'd set this box back on top of it, and I'd actually add another one. So this might be something different for those of you who might not have been watching my channel a long time. This is a method that I was going to say I learned from Ian. I think I kind of started doing it on my own though. But this is what Ian Stepler does. And I make no apologies about perhaps emulating what Ian does. He's a very successful beekeeper. And he's a really good friend, and he's my bee mentor. So I'm extremely lucky to have him as a mentor. So I'm shaking nectar out of that. That's fantastic. It's beautiful. There's brood in that even. So I'm just going to shake all the bees off as I lift them out, set them in this box here to the side. I can't see the screen very well, so I hope you can see that. Just an empty box. And that'll be the box that goes back on. I can take a quick look here. My queens should be marked. So if I see the queen, then I'm done shaking. Because I can get her. I'll just get her in the bottom. And then mission accomplished. Gee, that's a nice brood frame. Son of a gun. There's a bunch of cells here though. A bunch of cups anyway, not cells. Lots of cups. Clean that a bit. I've got some foundation checkerboarded in here. I'll mention this too because people ask me, how do you I normally run 9 honey frames. However, I only run 9 if they're drawn. If they're all drawn. If I have one frame of foundation, then I'll put 10. So this colony's actually doing pretty good. And that 10 frame policy just avoids a lot of issues with building the comb the wrong direction on foundation. People want to think that wax foundation is the end of the world and be all and end all. It's not. I don't like it. The reason I don't like it is the bees will always chew it up, and from what I've seen, they'll build it out a bit and then they'll chew the rest of the foundation out and build drone cells where they've chewed the foundation out. This stuff is right full of brood. That's fantastic. And then you end up with what I don't like, and that's fine, they need drones, and that's not why I object to it. Being a new beekeeper, I have to look at my colonies with an eye to patterns. So I get so that I see what I would call normal. And when I see drone cells in the middle of a comb, I start to get nervous. I start to wonder why. Is my queen failing? Is she drone layer? Is she, she got that blocked oviduct problem? My smoker went out. That's not good. I kind of need a smoker for this. Son of a gun. So I need to take this box off. Normally I'd take it off and smoke the bees down. But since I have no smoker, well, I won't. And I'm sorry, you're kind of on the far side of this. But it's nothing unusual. I'm just putting that queen excluder on. And then we'll put this box on that. Okay? And here's something else people will complain about. Oh, queen excluders. Bees won't go through. And bees will go through queen excluder just fine. And I'll prove it to you. Take those frames out of there. They're coming through there already. But I'm not going to. But you could do that. Observe your bees. You can see them coming through. Plus, people say, oh, honey excluder. No, I haven't seen that either. Production is the same. The bees don't have to climb through the queen excluder to deposit honey because they pass it off through prophylaxis. Prophylaxis, I think is the word. And so they'll pass it off to another bee on the other side of the excluder. It's just bee lore, and I'm going to add a super to this. Actually, our honey flow starts hard, so I'm going to try and take advantage of that. And I'm going to put these are foundationless frames with a stick in the middle, so they'll build that, fill it with honey, and then I can cut that for comb honey. I've cut these last season and they're just leftovers there. So that's going to be comb honey. I do it that way. I'll use foundationless mediums for comb honey. That works great. Nothing's 100%, sometimes they don't draw at all or whatever. Okay. All right. Can I do this again with no smoker? There's there's black rain clouds in the sky, so the bees might start pounding me. Nice population in the second box. That's a good sign. However, I did put 2 foundation frames in the outside when I put these on. They haven't migrated out that far, but they have, I think, filled the center with nectar, and they're starting to work this. So what I'll do is I'll checkerboard that. Take my drawn frames, and I can feel the nectar in there. It's getting dark out here. I think this is going to pass though, and the sun's going to come back. So there's nectar on both sides of that. I'm going to put that on the outside. Foundation next to it. Just a quick look for the queen. A little bit of a cup there. And you don't need to destroy the cups, I just like to look in them. Another foundation next to that one. Boy, bees have got to start pounding me here pretty soon. No smoker or nothing. No smoker, no gloves, no jacket, no long pants. And I've got more foundation on the other side there. I really glued it together. See, they started doing the wrong thing here. See, they started building it the opposite direction. I'll just kind of flatten that out and they can try again. Doesn't much matter, it's all honey frame anyway. I'll show you that when I get there. That brood frame. Oh, it's raining. It's actually raining. Oh, it's actually raining. I work at bees and it's raining. Okay, let's see if we can get this one out. Boy, they really nail it down. See, they kind of started going free form there. That happens. Doesn't mean that anything wrong with your foundation or... Uh-oh. They do work better when there's a good coating of wax. I'm trying to hurry. Some of those big raindrops, like it's gonna really open up. Trouble is, this one is a little stronger, and it's not gonna be as easy to push them down as the last one. That nice brood frame again, eh? Sunglasses on and it's dark. Okay, another nice brood frame. You see why am I cleaning the bottom of the frames? Because they sit down when I put it on there. It presses down on the bees. And my queen is in there. So my trouble now is it's starting to rain and I got no smoker. It's starting to lighten up. I don't know what's the matter with me. I can't talk. I'm just tired. I'm very, very tired. It was a long day on Thursday moving bees. Early morning. Boy, I'd like to clean that. I'd also like to swarm check it quickly, because all those drones push them down, push them up. A lot of cups. Okay, I'll squash some bees. Because they have a story frame, so they shouldn't really need a lot more drones. Okay, on with this one. Squish them together, center them up, and again I'm going to add a super to this. I don't run many mediums, but I have a few, and again these are foundationless mediums. And again, people talk about starter strips and pieces of wax foundation at the top, yada yada yada, and in your area that might be necessary. It's not necessary in my area. This works perfectly. Well, again, nothing works perfectly, but I get a lot of nice comb honey out of that method. Okay, 2 done, 52 to go. I think I have 54 producers in this yard. Okay, this one has got a super here. I don't remember the circumstance, so I'm just going to check it out. Let's see if there's anything in it. Well, I can feel that there's nectar in that. Typically this time of year with flow, if they have any nectar in a box, I'll add a box. And I've started to learn that my first box should probably be 2 boxes. The problem is I have 2 boxes to shake now. I'll put that lid on this. I don't know that the queen isn't in the second box. It's not likely because there's honey up here. She doesn't usually walk across the honey. But I'm not taking that chance. So shake this box into this one. Well, I mean, I'll put the frames into that one. Shake it off into this one. See, look at that. Isn't that nice? They've got a little bit of nectar right here, just a couple of drops. So I'm going to move that in toward the center a little bit, and they'll continue drawing that out real nice. Look at that. I just love this new comb. And you can see a little bit of a different color in the center part. That's because that has eggs in it. There's nectar all around it, and there's eggs in the center. There are no eggs. Well, there's a few eggs on the other side too. Just a few. So I'll do the same thing here. Got a nice bit of brood in the second box. We'll just glance for the queen. We'll move these frames up. I shouldn't throw it on the ground like that, but what else am I going to do? And I put it in front because I don't generally walk in front. Put it behind and then it sticks to your shoes. It's a newer frame, but I don't think it was foundation. Oh man, it's all laid up. Just beautiful. Just beautiful. So this hive is gonna show a lot of growth over the next 21 days. And you know why I say that? Because you know your life cycle, right? Couple of cups, there's nothing in them. So all of those eggs are going to be turned into brand new bees within 21 days. Oh, 3 weeks. So again, you can see difference in the pattern here, different color. Brand new comb. It's not even deep enough to be brood comb. And the interesting thing is, there are no eggs in this. But what they've done is they've prepared this for the queen to lay in. Well, she's not going to be laying in that because she's going to be caught below that queen excluder soon. There was about 6 eggs in that. So I would expect her to have been actively working up here. Which makes me want to be a little bit careful. So there's cups, lots and lots of cups. Take a look at them. If there's an egg in the cup, then I have to watch this for other signs of swarm prep. There are no eggs. Empty cups. Empty cups mean nothing. That's my personal rule. You can believe it if you want. I'm going to take this last foundation frame. Put it there. Lots of brood upstairs. That's what you want to see. Because that is going to sustain this colony for weeks with the constant influx of new brood. New bees. Not new brood, new bees. Throughout the honey flow and beyond. Look at all the bees. Beautiful brood frame. And all of those beautiful bees. And more cups. More empty cups. Empty cups are fine. No problem. I watched a presentation by Randy Oliver the other day, and he was talking about those cups, and he says, tear down the cups if you want. They'll be back tomorrow. I like Randy. I had dinner with Randy a couple of years ago. He's a pretty great guy. And, I'll brag a little bit. Not dinner with Randy, as in, there's 1,000 people in the room and he was sitting at the head table. He was like sitting across from me at dinner. And so we visited. A whole bunch of us there. Ian was there. I'm dropping all kinds of names here. Whatever. It's fact, right? That happened. Oh, well, there's just pouring out of the entrance there. Look at them go. So I'm gonna try to. Oh smokes! This is when you should be wearing gloves. So there's a few bees stuck to the box. Find a nice spot there. Give them a wrap. They won't stay out. They'll just find their way back in. And I realized kind of my problem here is I haven't checked this box for the queen. So I need to satisfy myself the queen's not in that third box. I'm gonna just stand this one on end there. Then I'll check. I think it's gonna rain again. I'm surprised the bees aren't more cranky. They likely will get so, though, pretty fast. That's my trouble. I need to make sure I get this put back together. And I'm not dressed up very well. So there's definitely nectar in this box. Oh, this box is almost full. I think maybe I should add one. You shake nectar out on the bees and they get all sticky and they don't fly. They just land in a lump. That doesn't hurt them. Their sisters will lick them all off. And they're not sisters when they start, they'll be sisters when they're done. Oh, shoot. Slipped. Okay. All right. Now, is the queen stuck to the box? Who knows? Make sure she's in there if she's in there. Oh boy. What do you do? Don't worry about the bees outside. I'm worried about the bees on the edge because I want to put a box here. And I don't think I'll be successful with the brush, but we'll try. Because they just keep coming. I'm gonna squash some. Grab that box, got stung in the thumb. Okay. There we are. Now they'll have some space to come up into. My second one. And I want to show you something. A lot of the big commercial guys, they kind of chuckle at this sort of thing, but I like it. I'm kind of medium commercial, so, you know, sometimes I can do this sort of thing. I bought 9-frame spacer tools that were plastic. Yeah, they were sort of okay. This stainless one is awesome. Watch, you start with all your frames, your 9 frames toward you here. You just go like that, and you're done. They're perfectly spaced. I'm going to put another comb honey frame box on that. So definitely a strong colony. I could put this comb honey box down in the middle here. I think I want to do that. Makes it hard to check. Makes it hard to check to see what they're doing. But this box has 10 frames. And this box has 10 frames, so they line up nicely in that regard. And this one has 9. Okay, all done. Wow. Days ago I was complaining no flow. Now I'm in thirds. Okay, I'm gonna pack it in. I'm really tired. I need a rest. If I can rest for the rest of today, then maybe tomorrow I can do a little bit of supering. I might be back out and bring more virgin queens out, but that's pretty quick. You just walk out, put them in the hive. Okay, I'm gonna get my little orange buddy over there, and we're gonna go home.